that door be stay open now? Just so people know what we're...
Yeah, the last one, we have to have the least amount of...
Ready on the right. Ready on the right.
Ready.
Ready center. Go. How many judges are this right? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to officially call this public meeting of the Mayor and Council to order. This time, I ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silent prayer and or reflection as we think about the terrorist attack in Moscow, the continued conflict in Ukraine, the continued conflict in the Middle East, and on a local level, the family of Keith Bachman, who passed a little bit more than a week ago, and he was a state superior court judge, as well as a borough attorney, borough judge, and a former councilman. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please note the fire exits behind you to the main parking lot, and to my left or right is the main hallway. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and attend any meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted on. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Milford have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having a date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall. Notices have been sent to the record and the Ridge Reviews. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services through the establishment and implementation of public policy that will safeguard infrastructure, provide fair, honest, courteous, and professional services, establish a sense of trust and accomplishment between all residents, and do research and prudent planning seek to minimize risk while improving our services. We are sensitive to the needs and satisfaction of our taxpayers, while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people, within the revenue constraints imposed by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation. At this time, I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilman Sanhusen. Here. Councilman Sraki Hurley. Councilwoman Duffy. Here. Councilman Brodsky.
Here.
Councilman Seymour.
Here.
Council President Grant. Here. Mayor Patrino.
Here. Okay. May I get a motion for Resolution 2024-92, authorize award of contract for professional services, Borough Attorney.
So moved. Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Sanhusen. Yes. Councilwoman Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Brodsky.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Council President Grant. Yes.
So for anyone who doesn't know, I was handed a resignation letter from Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly is a former councilman. He has served our borough as the municipal judge. He has served our borough as the municipal attorney. And he has been selected and nominated, and he will officially become a New Jersey State Superior Court judge. Kevin, this is bittersweet for New Milford. I can say that you've been the municipal attorney in my entire tenure so far as mayor, and you definitely made me better at what I do, and I know you definitely made our borough better from everything you've done. So at this time, I would like to ask for a motion to rename Conference Room A on the first floor of the Borough Hall to the Honorable Kevin P. Kelly Conference Room.
I'd like to make that motion.
I second it.
May I get a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Sanhusen. Yes. Councilwoman Duffy.
I will vote yes, and I'd like to make some comments, please.
Please do.
Kevin, Mr. Kelly, you've done so much for New Milford, from serving as a councilman to coaching your kids' teams, from being a municipal judge to raising an Eagle Scout, from working as our borough attorney to helping New Milford and the mayor and council navigate through a worldwide pandemic. You've done all of this for New Milford, and we are so, so grateful. With a wise and compassionate hand, Your legal guidance helped us to complete projects, make thoughtful decisions, and keep sight of our goals. New Milford is better, and we are better because you were here, Kevin. So now, as you follow your new and exciting path, on behalf of all of us here, I wish you well. I wish you much success and many, many thanks. Love you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Councilman Brodsky.
Of course.
Councilman Seymour.
Absolutely, yes, and I'd like to just add that, Mr. Kelly, it's been an honor and privilege having you serve our borough as a borough attorney and as a practicing lawyer. The judiciary just got stronger and just got better by having you join the judiciary. So I thank you for your service to New Milford and our community, but I also thank you in advance for your service to the judiciary, to our community, and to litigants and constituents on council who will be coming before your honor. Thank you.
Council President Grant.
I agree with what's been said already, Mr. Kelly, but I remember when we were first discussing a new borough attorney after this mayor took office, and I remember hearing some amazing comments about you. And I thought, who is this person who is being spoken of in such superlatives? And I thought nobody could live up to all of those, all of the complimentary words I heard. And then I met you, and I started working with you, and they were absolutely right. And I would add even more of the superlatives. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you these last few years. You're the best borough attorney I've worked with, and we're going to miss you a lot. But I wish you well. I think that the court is, Superior Court is better off having you there. And we hope you'll come back to visit in the course of this.
I just wanted to say, put my 2 cents in as well. I've had the privilege of working with 4 attorneys, borough attorneys, since I've been here. They've all been great. Not one can hold a candle to you. You've been really very helpful, always responsive, always supportive, and I really appreciate your service, and I thank you very much for all the help that you've given me to grow in my position.
Thank you all. I'm overwhelmed because I'm quite frankly speechless. This is rare for an attorney. And, it's rare for me. But I appreciate it. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve the borough of New Milford all these years in different capacities. This has been a highlight. I have enjoyed working with each of you. I enjoyed working with the prior configuration of the council and other council members, and I look forward to the challenges ahead. I know I'm leaving this position in good hands. Mr. Shadanian is going to be a fine attorney, and I know that the borough of New Milford is in very good hands with this governing body and this borough administrator, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
And once we finish with open and we're moving into closed, we're going to do a little unveiling table. Yeah. Mr. Stanley.
Welcome.
Yeah. May I get a motion to appoint Raylan Muriel to the Junior Firefighter Auxiliary?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much, Raylan, for your service to our community, and good luck and be safe. Under unfinished business, may I get approval of the minutes from the March 11, 2024 closed and work session meetings?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on to new business. We have a couple of ordinance introductions tonight. The first one is 2024:08, and when the clerk has the opportunity, I'd ask her to please read the ordinance.
Calendar year 2024 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriations limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 40A:4-45.14.
Okay, the purpose of this ordinance is to authorize an increase in the annual budget that exceeds the appropriation limit and establish a cap bank, and this is something we do every year at budget time. So may I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
Motion.
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Councilwoman Sam Houston. Yes. Councilwoman Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grabowski.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
You're up?
I'm up.
Yeah. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, tonight with us is our auditor, Mr. Stephen Wilcox. We're going to be introducing the 2024 municipal budget, and our auditor is going to walk us through it.
Good evening. No, Kevin Kelly. Congratulations, Kevin. We know each other a long time as well. I was the auditor when he was on the council. I was the auditor when he got brought in as the municipal attorney. We all have the same people we know. Best of luck in your, I guess, the promotion. Let's hope so. Anyway, so tonight you have before you the 2024 municipal budget for introduction. After, I'm not sure how many finance committee meetings you had, but Chris and I had more than I can count emails and conversations about the budget, the preliminary budget, and it was not an easy year. It was not an easy year. Insurances are up almost $500,000, $497,000. That's a lot of money. Salaries, contractual obligations, $377,000. Pension, $66,000. Statutory payment to the library, $43,000. Obligation to the BC Way for processing sewage, $46,000. So it all adds up. We're using our last piece of the federal American Rescue Plan money in this budget, about $295,000. You, the council, were smart. You didn't use it all at once. You piecemealed it over 4 budgets. So we were able to wean ourselves off it a little better than some other surrounding communities. The interesting thing is that in this budget, all the expenses you control, all the departments, recreation, board of health, are $70,000 less than last year. So again, and this has been a common theme, you continue to provide the same or better service using a little bit less money. Understanding that there's all these other things that not just, Milford, all governments, all people right now are being inundated with rising costs. And this is not really inflation. This is something different. When insurances, liability, workers' comp, all those things go up a lot of money, $500,000. So, the budget, the finance committee, everybody did a really good job. I know they were slicing and dicing in order to get us within the, you did introduce the ordinance for the appropriation cap. You're $600,000 under the appropriation cap. But by doing that ordinance, you get to bank it for future years, as opposed to losing it, which is the right thing to do. So, with all that, the impact of this budget on the average residential assessment, which is around $330,000, is $185, which is a little bit more than it was the last couple of years, but we have a lot more in expenses that we can't control than we've had the last couple of years.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that anyone's happy about that increase, but
No.
I think we feel, it's the responsible thing to do for what we're faced with. And all those insurances that you're talking about, there's a big thing we're facing, it's called cybersecurity. That has increased so much on municipalities. That's another thing that we need to take care of.
And it's going to be a chore the next few years in order to bring in a balanced budget and an incremental increase in municipal taxes and continue to provide all the services that people in this town have become used to receiving.
We also, in Milford, unfortunately, we face the prospect of each year losing new houses to the Lakers building in the flood zone. And that's another thing that has caught up with us, and it's continuing to happen, so that is another thing that we are dealing with.
And you don't have a lot of commercial, industrial in this town. This is your prototypical Bergen County bedroom community. You've got a lot of single-family houses, a lot of families, and unfortunately, that is a negative in terms of growth in the rateable base, which helps all the taxpayers. So, I'm Debbie Downer this year. That's what everybody tells me. Debbie Downer. No great news, but this is, it's not great, but it's not bad, considering specifically what you're facing in just two categories. So, it'll be introduced, it'll be advertised in 4 weeks. 4 weeks, there'll be a public hearing, approval from the state, and we'll get through another year. Any questions?
I do have a question. As you're aware, and most residents are aware, this year, New Milford is actually undergoing its evaluations in town. So one of the things people talk about is the tax rate and the budget and how this is going to impact everything. How does us having an evaluation affect our budget?
In 2024, it has no impact. Moving forward, again, you got ordered to do a revaluation because your ratio's in the 60% area. That's, again, go back to what I said 3 minutes ago. You're a residential community, a bedroom community. The ratio is based on house sales. And the housing market, ever since the beginning of the pandemic, residential prices have just gone through the roof, while commercial and industrial are pretty much flat. So you have a house assessed at, say, $250,000 that sold for $550,000. Those sales just drive the ratio to true value right down. So the rule of a reval is a third, a third, a third. A third go up, a third stay the same, a third go down. So you won't know till they do their work and you see the preliminary results. But it shouldn't be causing mass hysteria to the general public, because as the rateable base increases, the tax rate goes down. So the average house now is, $330,000. That average house probably will end up somewhere in the $500,000 range. But the rate will go down commensurate with the increase in the rateable base. What happens is, again, I'm not an assessor. I'm not McInerney.
You only play one on TV.
Yeah, right. But some of the older construction may take a little bit of a hit because it was valued so long ago, and some of the newer construction may see a benefit from having the reval. So again, it's going to depend how it all shakes out. But again, the rule of thumb is a third, a third, a third. So again, the public should not get, all hysterical that their taxes are going to double or something like that, because that just doesn't happen.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anything else, Mr. Wilkins?
Thank you for your expertise through the process. Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
hearing's going to be actually on the 13th of May. We
Oh.
only have one meeting in April.
All right, Passover.
Yeah.
So
So we only have one meeting in April, we don't have enough time between the introduction and that meeting to do the public hearing, so we're having it on May 13th.
I misspoke, and of course, Chris, correct. I feel like I'm home.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
John, good luck.
Thank you, sir. I have a few more shoes to fill.
Boy, I tell you, they really put you in that position.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Who's staying?
That's mine.
Steve, this is yours. This is yours.
That's me.
Oh. Okay. 2024:93. May I get a motion to introduce the 2024 municipal budget?
Motion.
Second.
Make a roll call, please.
Yes. Councilwoman Sanders.
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes. Okay. 2024:94. Cancel appropriated reserves of $275,099.68 from the American Rescue Plan, unappropriated reserves for utilization in the 2024 municipal budget. May I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Sanders. Yes. Councilwoman Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
Okay. We have an introduced budget. Moving on. Introduce ordinance 2024:09, when the clerk has the opportunity, I'd ask her to read the ordinance.
Bond ordinance to authorize the improvement of Boulevard from Monmouth Avenue North approximately 2,150 feet in by and for the Borough of Milford in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $264,000 to pay the cost thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Okay. This ordinance is to authorize the appropriation and issuance of a bond to finance the balance beyond the grants. May I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
Motion.
Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Sanders. Yes. Councilwoman Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
The public hearing on this ordinance will be at April 15th. meeting. Okay. Ordinance 2024:10, when the clerk has the opportunity, I ask you to read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 19 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Milford entitled Parks and Recreation, Section 19-3 fees.
Purpose of this ordinance is to modify fees for certain recreational programs. It's like soccer, travel soccer, a few other items. There's been an imbalance. All these fees are basically break even for recreation. We do not, try to hammer the residents or penalize them. We want everyone to be able to participate. May I get a motion to introduce this ordinance on its first reading?
Motion.
Second.
May I get a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilwoman Sanders.
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
The public hearing on this ordinance will, I'm assuming, be at our April 15th meeting. Excellent. Okay, 2024:11, when the clerk has the opportunity, I ask you to please read the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 2 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of New Milford entitled Administration, thereby amending subsection 2-20 entitled Fire Department.
Purpose of this ordinance is to amend certain sections of ordinance 2-20 to conform with the duly adopted fireman rules and regulations of the Milford Fire Department.
Motion.
May I get a second?
Okay.
May I get a roll call, please?
Yes.
Councilman Sanders.
Yes.
Councilwoman Duffy.
Yes.
Councilman Grodzki.
Yes.
Councilman Seymour.
Yes.
Council President Grant.
Yes.
The public hearing on this ordinance will also be at our April 15th meeting. Okay, moving on. Item number 1 is Bergen County Open Space Project Application, Administrator.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. We had some discussion on a few of our meetings about this application. I believe Councilwoman Duffy and Councilman Grodzki spoke with our DPW Director, Vince Cahill, there was some talk about using this application towards some landscaping plans for Knight's Field. As it turns out, I think Vince was sure that the money that we have reserved for this purpose will be enough to cover it. And so we took a pivot, and we're now looking to do an application for Hardcastle Pond to redo the path and to add new benches and trash receptacles. So as long as there's no objection, I'm going to have the grants writer prepare the letter of interest for Bergen County Open Space, which is due April 5th.
I think it's a great use for the project.
Yeah.
Hardcastle Pond, it's much needed. Some of the cement is, the roots, it's all banged up.
And they're going to repave all the way around.
Yes.
And I did have a conversation with Mr. Cahill, and he assured me, we had a very long conversation about our project, and we should be really okay with the money that we have set aside outside of the grant. So,
And it's going to be in conjunction with the paving of Robert Chester Way from the Elks Club towards Hardcastle Pond, with the new space included with the pedestrian walkway, so it's all going to fit nicely.
just for a little history on this, Michael Gadaletta, councilman, brought this forward how many years ago? So it's pretty interesting. It's happening now. That's got to be at least 10 years ago. So it was always a good idea. So, anyway, all right,
Excellent.
my 2 cents.
Item number 2 is scheduled updates. Saturday, April 13th, is the annual softball and Little League opening day parade, sponsored by the Milford Recreation and Milford Little League. It will start at 9:15 a.m. at the Navy School, and the parade will commence to Kennedy Field. For more information, it will be on the Milford Borough website, as well as the Milford Little League's website and Facebook pages. Monday, May 27th, is our annual Memorial Day Parade, sponsored by the Milford Public Events Committee. It will start at 9 a.m. It will be from the Senior Center, and the parade will commence to the Borough Hall Park Lawn. We will start having information on that on the Milford Borough website and Facebook page. Friday, June 7th, is the Milford Hall of Fame dinner, sponsored by the Milford Historic Preservation Commission. I don't have an exact time yet, but it will be at the Milford Athletic Club. Information will be on the borough's website, Facebook page, Historic Preservation's Facebook page, and tickets will go on sale in April. So they're not on sale yet, but they'll go on sale in April. Right now, if you go to their Facebook page, there's public nominations for Hall of Fame inductees. I believe that closes on March 31st. So take a look at their Facebook page, and you can pick people from each of the categories, and you can read biographies on them, which is pretty cool.
Maybe they changed the date on that, I thought it was originally,
It's Friday, June 7th. I don't know if it was officially, but it was also at a different location at one time. So that could be, but I don't want to confuse anything.
We also have the information posted on the borough website.
Awesome.
And the historic page.
Okay. Is there anything else going to June 7th that I missed, not after June 7th?
yes. May 4th, the Friends of the Library will be sponsoring an antiques appraisal, similar to the one we had last year. It will be from, I believe, 10:30 to 1:30. It's a Saturday, it will be at the library. Information will be available on Facebook and at the library for those who are interested.
There was a huge turnout for that last year.
Huge turnout last year, I expect there will be a huge turnout this year as well. It's always a fun event, and I learned a lot when I go, because the appraiser is very knowledgeable, and he will discuss the items, particularly the more valuable ones. Last year, he actually, was actually an item that he appraised at between $20,000 and $30,000. Which surprised all of us, including the person who bought the item. So it's always very exciting and fun.
Yes.
I have an addition. So June 5th, the Bergen County Audubon Society will be having a bird walk in the Milford Woods, 10 a.m.
Last year's event was awesome.
Very well attended.
Yes. Moving on to the administrative report.
Thank you, Mayor. A short report tonight. Just wanted to let everybody know that we met last week with representatives from Veolia to discuss their ongoing program to replace lead pipes. Veolia will cover the cost for both the pipes in the street and on private property connecting to residents' homes. Residents will have to opt in and allow access to inspect the water meter to determine if the home is served by a lead service line. They will be leaving door hangers for residents to contact them if they are interested in scheduling an inspection. We will have more detailed information in the future, and we will post it all on the borough's website. I'm continuing with my announcement about the polling place for districts 8 and 9, which has been at the library, but will be moving to the Berkeley Street School Gymnasium / multipurpose room, beginning with the June primary election. The meeting room at the library is too small to properly accommodate the new voting machines, and we're planning to notice this change frequently and through multiple mediums from now through election day. So please pass the information along, and it will also be printed on a sample ballot that will be mailed in advance of the election. And then the only other thing is we have one meeting in April, and it is scheduled for Monday, April 15th. That's it for me. Thank you.
Any questions for the administrator? Okay. Has everyone had a chance to look at the resolutions? Are there any that need to be pulled for further discussion and or vote? Council committee reports. Can I get a motion to file committee reports with the borough clerk and spread and forward from the
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Why don't we go around real quick and just give them one or two highlights. And we're going to start with Council President Ray.
I'm trying to think of some. I did my council report, which was rather lengthy, and I can't quite recall any specifics except for the fact that tomorrow night, at the planning board meeting, we will be reviewing a hopefully final draft of the master plan. The public is welcome, comments are welcome. So, at our last meeting, we had discussed the draft, and so I think with the comments that we've received since then, the proposal tomorrow night will be acceptable, possibly with minor changes. We're looking to approve it next month.
Excellent. Thank you. Councilman Sim.
Thank you, Mayor. Our Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee met last week and is continuing to work very hard to come up with new ideas and suggestions for this year, and to continue to improve communication with people throughout our community to see what other suggestions people may have. Our municipal alliance also met. They're eagerly, of course, awaiting the introduction of our budget, and they've already started to brainstorm this year's, even though it does seem far away, ADM event and other events that will be coming up. And Mayor, I just wanted to mention that it's an honor and a privilege. I was asked by Ramapo College to be a guest speaker at their Sexual Assault Awareness Month program, which will be on April 3rd in the afternoon. If anybody wants more information, they can email me at my borough email. More specifically, I'm going to be speaking about the intersection of domestic violence and sexual violence. So it's really an honor. It's derivative of our spring domestic violence symposium, which we have run at Ramapo College for the last 2 years in a row. And this year's program is being spearheaded by the Office of Violence Prevention at the college.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman Rush.
Thank you, Mayor. Excuse me. On March 14th, Chief Clancy and Captain Van Saders attended an accreditation hearing, and there were 12 commissioners on the dais who went over the New Milford Police Department report created by 2 accreditation inspectors who did a site visit to NMPD on January 16th. After answering all of their questions, we were approved, our police department was approved for another 3 years, and I would like to congratulate Chief Clancy, all the officers, and all the members of the police department for being so professional and getting this accreditation. My understanding is that less than half of the municipalities in Bergen County has achieved this accreditation, so kudos to our police department. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Duffy.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's see, as a member of the Budget Committee, I attended meetings with the New Milford Fire Department, the Public Library, DPW, and MPD. Discussions included staffing, operating expenses, capital purchases, and grant opportunities. As the beautification liaison, I've been working closely with our DPW Superintendent Vince Cahill to create a plan for tree and shrub plantings at Knight Field. The planting will begin this spring as many of the trees have already been purchased. The fire department continues to do a great job in keeping our residents safe whenever there is an emergency. They have reported that we have been awarded a $73,000 ARP Firefighter 2024 grant. This will go directly to turnout gear and much-needed equipment. And that's my report.
That's good news.
Yeah. Very.
Councilwoman Sands.
I have nothing to report except to say thank you to Borough Department for your assistance in the Sustainable Jersey certification program. So Green Team, that's our big highlight this spring, is certification. It's rolling on. So working hard.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a big project, and it's a big team project, so we really appreciate Green, on behalf of Green Team, express a gratitude for everyone's participation and cooperation.
The other thing I'll add is, although, we were fortunate and we did not get major flooding this past weekend, but the threat of it causes us to be on flood watch. So I want to thank, again, the police department, the fire department, the DPW, the OEM. Constantly updates, watching what was going on, ready with the barricades. We had to shut down Newbridge Road a couple times, but there was no major damage and no other shutdowns, but everyone was on call and ready. So I just want to thank them for being ready in case something happened. Okay. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to open to the public for public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone wishes to talk about anything related to the good welfare of the Borough of Milford, you can come on up and now's your opportunity. Just give us your name, you don't have to give us your address.
Sure, so that's Avi Cohen. So first, not why I'm here, but just want to thank everyone here and of course the police department. As I guess I'm sure most of you were aware, 2 weeks ago there was a big event. We had a lot of streets that were shut down. The police were excellent at protecting the community as a whole, especially the Jewish community, and I know we're all very appreciative of that. But I am here for us, again, I'm not sure if you are the right people, I believe you are, is I want to propose the idea of Mr. Cahill he does not attend the variance meetings. I would like to propose that he should attend those meetings. Again, I don't know if I should propose that to you.
The zoning board?
Zoning board, sorry, yeah, for the variance meeting, sorry, zoning board, sorry.
Okay.
Like I myself just had a meeting to get a variance approved, and we had one thing spoken about at the variance meeting, and then afterwards he sent us an email which, was a little bit different from what we were expecting based on the outcome of the meeting, and we have been going back and forth. I also know at my meeting, the first people that were presenting, he actually was here because they presented at a prior meeting, and there was a disagreement, and then it was decided that Mr. Cahill should come to that meeting to work something out. So to me, it just seems logical that for the community, and for anyone presenting to the variance board and the zoning committee, that he would be here to help if there were any questions. They could just go straight to Vince, as opposed to talk to Vince, maybe you have to come back in a month and everything like that. I just think everything would run smoother. I understand, obviously, he may not want to come to another thing every month, or there may be logic as to why he's not there, but I just wanted to present that from my perspective, and maybe other people in the community.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. Seeing that there is no other members of the public that wishes to speak, I ask for a motion to close the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Making a motion to approve resolutions 2024:95 and 2024:106.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make a motion to go into closed session. When we come out of closed session, no action will be taken, and we will immediately adjourn the meeting. So at this time, I would ask for a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?